the head coach of Cameroon is Augustine White. Assistant coach is Frank Costa Isai. And now, let's meet the Uganda basketball. Number 4, Joshua Wakanda. Number 5, Jordan Kaizi. Number 8, Silva Alcohol. Number 9, Evan Shaka. Number 10, Lucas Seminjo. Number 11, Shane Quizera. Number 12, Villalobos Rodrigo. Number 13, Adarius Samuel. Number 14, Mark Lukaku. Number 15, Shadrach Mukena. Number 20, Seja Kutiza. And the team's captain number 7, Sean Quizera. The head coach is Michael Segal. Assistant coach is Segal. And now, ladies and gentlemen, kindly stand up for the national anthems. Kindly stand up for the national anthems, starting with the national anthem of Cameroon. Uganda.
Good afternoon, everybody. You're live from Kigali, Rwanda, and this is the U16 AfroBasket edition 2025. How are you doing this afternoon? I hope you're excited because we're going to have on full display the newest African talent. This is the cycle of life. The old gets old and the young pushes and points its nose in order to show out all of its talent. Angelo Tsagaraki is your host for the duration of this competition. You're going to be with me from September 2nd, which is today, all the way to September 14th. I hope you're excited. I am. I want to see what the African continent has in store for all of us. I want to see who shall succeed. The 2023 winner in the women's side, which is Mali, and the 2023 winner on the men's side, which was Guinea. I can only wonder, are we going to see Uganda and Cameroon writing up their names in the history books? We do not know yet, and we're going to find out soon enough. We're starting up the competition today. Both men's and women's competition are going to be held in Kigali, Rwanda, at the same place, and to be even more precise, at the Petit Stade Gymnasium. Beautiful venue. So we have 12 teams participating in the men's bracket: Angola, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Egypt, Guinea, Liberia, Mali, Morocco, Rwanda obviously being the home team, Sierra Leone, Tunisia, and Uganda. We have Sierra Leone and Liberia making their first ever appearances at this level. We're going to have 3 groups of 4 teams in the group phase, which will obviously be followed by the knockout rounds. The 2 finalists will qualify to the U17 World Cup next year, which will take place in Turkey from June 27th to July 5th. So obviously at this level of competition, when we're talking U16, we have to prepare to deal with turnovers and mistakes. This is the price to pay in the learning curve, where you're going to see athleticism, skill, potential, the whole 9 yards. So let's get it cracking. U16 AfroBasket. Uganda starting up the ball. Trying to hit up with the mid-range. Did not work out well. Rwanda almost broke the backboard on that one. Got to readjust a little bit. Better luck next time. First turnover. Didn't have a good passing angle right here. Uganda with an opportunity to play transition. They're going to slow it down, take their time. It's early in the game. You don't want to be sloppy, obviously. And you want to make the defense work as much as possible. Second turnover right away. This time around, Kwizera stepped out of bounds. You never want to be hanging out too close to those sidelines. They're sneaky. They'll creep up on you if you're not careful. First intention 3, top of the key. That was nice. That's the way to start it off. Nolan Gangweni gets Cameroon on the board. Another turnover. Uganda just to make sure they stay away. Politely, let's just put it that way, politely, Mabula returned the favor of the turnover And Uganda will have an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Don't worry, guys, it's only the beginning of the game, and you have the jitters of the first game in the competition. You want to perform well, you want to do good. Well contested, a little bit short. The ball deflected out of bounds, remains possession of Uganda. For the expiration of the 12-second shot clock. Good defense by Cameroon. The Lions starting up properly defensively, even though they have to clean a few things up offensively. Both teams do anyway, but defensively, there's no denying Cameroon has started the game up very focused, very aggressive, forcing a lot of turnovers and not allowing easy opportunities or even clean opportunities to Uganda. Taking the gap. That was a good attempt, good take. Mabula had some room to operate. Unfortunately for Cameroon, he couldn't connect. That's an open shot. That's a good shot. Following his own mess. 0 for 2. Cameroon with an opportunity for transition. Probably was a pass here to make. Marvin Bidiel. I say it with a more French pronunciation. Bidiel. Man down for a shot up. Ball does not want to collaborate. We're going the other way. Uganda still looking for his first bucket. Shot was wide open. Shooting form looked pretty good, but he's way short. That's a good pass right there. That's the way you lead the break. Bijel. Feeding Ambassa. Down low, 5-zip. Cameroon in control. Long range. It's a good offensive board. Taking his sweet time with the footwork. But the man they call Gumu is not going to get pushed around easily. Gumu with a good contest. Unfortunately for Uganda, Cameroon is a bit generous with the turnovers as well. Already 3 turnovers for Cameroon. 2 turnovers for Uganda. Good pass. Trying to stick with it. It's going the other way. Jed will take his time. No need to rush. It's a good move. The ball did not go in. comfortably in the lead. Little mid-range. Lacking some efficiency. A good follow-up. Got to stay with the play. Look for Mabula. Could not do anything this time around. Wakanda got the first points for Uganda. It's still very early in this game. And the foul drawn, 2 free throws coming up. Pierre Laurent, Riro. Goes off target. Off to the left. Oh. Get right to the middle. The ball rims in. Uganda closing in slowly but surely. In the middle, drive the kick, wide open three. Soft target. Uganda pulls back, try to play some transition. Hitting up at the best of times. Want to leave this man wide open, pay the price for it, right at the top of the key. Chiaka shaking Cameroon up. Be careful with the handles. Pulling up, top of the key. The ball does not connect with the rim. Uganda, long rebound means transition opportunity. Trying to go for the back-to-back. He's off target. Couldn't capitalize on some rhythm. Trying to use the rim as protection. Going all the way to the other side. He draws the foul. Ryan Ambassa. Shooting 1 for 3 so far in this game. Bassa moving down. Very short. Cameroon has size advantage in the paint. Very lengthy and athletic team. Uganda has kind of worked its way out of its initial jitters. Now we got a game. Drive a kick and regretful turnover. That's the way you make up for it. You turn it over, you get it right back. You attack that gap like your life depends on it. Quizera Another good shot in the corner. And one thing you always have to keep in mind, a good shot does not automatically translate to a made bucket, but guess what? It provides you with opportunities for clean offensive rebounds, and that is the case. Uganda stays in it. This shall be an and one. Continuity counts in basketball. And Olivier Ngumu made sure to remind the referee of that. So count the bucket, get your extra free throw to go. It's only going to be frustrating for Michael D. Seger, the head coach, Team Uganda. So we got the clock fixed. Appreciate that. Always better. Uh-oh. It's a good drive. Slicing through, kicking it out to a wide open shooter in the corner. Unfortunately, Kwizera does not connect. But the Kwizera connection shall play an important role for Uganda. Kwizera to Kwizera, and the young one, Shama, cannot be afraid to pull up. Mid-range. Both teams, once again, full of good ideas. But in the end, the execution is not high quality enough to capitalize on it. And the Mali delegation is watching upon the game. Mali is in Group C right now. We are watching a game in Group B. Obviously, Mali will keep close attention to everything that is going on. We know Mali has been dominating on the women's side, but Mali also got the bronze medal in the men's side 2 years ago. Mali would love to be able to write its name to the record books once again. Great ball movement. That's the way you attack press. That's the way you attack pressure. You limit the number of dribbles. You share the wealth. And you make sure you stay focused all the way to the finish line. Nice little mid-range pull-up. Showing some game, showing some skill. Nolan Gangmeni keeps up with the good work. 18 for Cameroon. Make sure that more than half of it is attributed to Nolan. 10 points, 4 rebounds. He has 2 turnovers, but we're not going to be too mad at him because the man is balling out. 12-player efficiency already. We're only talking about the first quarter. Zera, I told you the kid could not be afraid to pull the trigger. You saw him a bit earlier. Shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yo, shaking and baking, kicking it out to his buddy in the corner. But if you got the sweet touch from the outside, you better make sure that you use it. Zera keeping the game close, just the way we like it. Well, you might tell me, Angelo, you're the only one that likes it like that. Because if you're an Uganda fan, you want to be ahead, you see Morocco watching upon the opposition. Morocco as well in Group C with Egypt, Mali, and Liberia. So Shama Kwizera shooting 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from long range. Right now, as expected, you know me, call it the way it is. I expected for a little bit of a rough shooting output from Uganda early in the game. It is the way it is, 6 for 23 overall. But you can tell that there is, most definitely, there is some potential there. Shooting forms look pretty good. Just got to put some legs into it. Got to use your hips when you shoot it. One thing for sure, they played the game the right way. They moved the ball around, and they stopped also with the turnovers. It started off a little bit too shaky, and eventually they cleaned things up. They had 3 quick turnovers. They finished the first quarter with only 4. That is one of the main reasons why they're still in this game, as Cameroon has shot the ball much better than Uganda. 6 for 15 overall, 40%.
Welcome to quarter 2 Uganda.
Nice dive. And the good help side, Shama. Some people can call him Mr. Loverman Shama, but with the way he's blocking opponents right now, I don't know if there's any love lost. All I know, he's gonna go ISO. Oh, spreading those wings. Looked real good for a second. Unfortunate that he could not put the finishing touches on that one. Joshua, Wakanda. Misses, could have come back within 1 point of Cameroon on this one. Cameroon draws the foul, goes the other way. Short. So far in this game, Cameroon on the free throw line is shooting barely 50%. Now it's under 50% with this missed free throw. Make it 0 for 2. Not a good look for Juma. But luckily, Cameroon gets the offensive board. Good flash. Free throw line. Euro stepping his way to the cup. No need to do it fast. Olivier Ngumu makes it look good. 5-point lead, Cameroon. So, 35-22 at the end of the first half. Cameroon well on its way to a potential first win in this competition. Obviously, we're very sorry for the technical difficulties that we're facing right now, but the team is trying its best out in Kigali to correct it and make sure that we have a smooth sailing second half. So we'll be back in a few minutes for half number 2. Don't go too far. half number 2, well on its way. Obviously, you couldn't quite see as much of the action as you wished you could have, and we understand that. But we can still give you some stats. We can give you some facts. First half, Cameroon shot 14 for 35, 40% overall, 8 turnovers, and only 8 assists, so the turnover to assist ratio was not the best, but you had an overall 43 of team efficiency, which is not bad at all. 11 for 23 from inside the arc, 4 for 9 from the free throw line. Can do better, but I tell you what though, they're still leading by 13. Cameroon in control of this game so far. For Uganda, giving the ball inside, that's a good take, drawing the foul, and Wuiriro will have 2 free throws to try to close up the gap a little bit. Uganda shot 8 for 40, only 20%, easy math for those that like science, but it's clearly insufficient if they want to challenge a very physical Cameroonese squad. 5 for 26 from inside the arc, 3 for 14 from the 3, 3 for 5 from the free throws, 8 turnovers, which is not too bad, but only 4 assists. And obviously, the shooting percentage does not help to bump this number up. You can really think of bright spots on the squad. You can think of Joshua Wakanda, 7 points in 18 minutes and 7 boards. You can think of Shama Kuzera, 5 points, 3 rebounds. You can also think of Pierre-Laurent Wuiriro with 5 points, but he's simply not shooting the ball well enough to really help his team. So there you have the stats, you have the numbers. Now let's see what Uganda can come up with. Great pass in the paint. That's an and one. That's a beautiful dime. Shane Kuzera, who's been struggling from the field, shooting 0 for 6. 0 for 3 from long range, but he has 3 rebounds and now 2 assists. Coming back within 10 points. The free throw vows still hitting hard for Uganda. Cameroon has its destiny under control. As you know, in basketball, the story of 2 halves does not always repeat itself. Open look, very, very short. And still, unfortunately, his momentum took him out of bounds. That is unfortunate for Uganda, but the long segments of Pierre-Laurent Wuiriro staying opportunistic. Uganda needs to move up the ball pressure and lock down the paint, and that's not the way you lock down the paint. You cannot allow for easy drives baseline, and also you will pay the price of allowing Olivier Ngumu to catch the ball deep. Ngumu with the easy lay. Cameroon keeping up with the good work. Beautiful footwork. Turn around, patient. Gotta like that. Translate that into good defense, and that is done. Good momentum builder right there for Joshua Bokanda. Taking the gap. It's a foul. It's like a truck hit him right in the grill. Huirido took one in the chops, but he's a tough kid. He's sticking with it. Will give 2 free throws. Nolan Gangmeni, who's been the man of the hour, the man of the game so far for Cameroon. 10 points with a great shooting percentage, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers, and a 14-player efficiency note. That's what you call making an entrance in the competition. Gangmeni putting Cameroon on the right tracks. Good feet inside. Good recovery defensively. The ball movement is going to have to find some solution. That's too tight of a gap to slip this ball. The turnover, the Euro step, and the sweet finish from Felix Diomi. Diomi with 7 points now, back to 12-point lead. Recovery defensively, covering that baseline. Felix Diomi also making the effort on the defensive end. Timeout requested by Uganda. Coach Sega will try to trigger something positive. How productive will this timeout be? Timeout is done. Later on today, we'll have Rwanda going against Angola. If you're curious to see what goes on in Group A, that was a great execution. That must be quite frustrating for coach. The play executed as it was drawn up during the timeout. Wide open layup available, but the pass, the catch, whatever that was, put 50-50 for responsibility between the two heads. And that is costly. But the good thing is, in basketball, you have to have a short-term memory. You got to stay with the next play, Pat Riley style. Luckily for Uganda, Cameroon misses out on what seemed to be a pretty easy opportunity. Not that easy after all. Good feed. Got to finish what you start down low. Fighting for the offensive board is a good way to make up for the missed layup, but Uganda cannot afford, particularly Pierre Laurent, Uganda cannot afford to miss on those close to the cup, little floaters, all these shots could enable them to come back under the mental 10-point mark. Floater is way too strong. It's not going to be helpful for Shane. Kuzera now shooting 0 for 9. The way you wall up and not commit a foul. Job holding his ground, but that's a wide open look. Way too much protein, and this time around the offensive board translates into a bucket. Joshua Wakanda now in double digits with 11. And if you're looking at all these little details that will add up eventually, and you're looking at the final invoice, you're looking at all those little things that could have gone your way or should have gone your way, that translates into wins and losses. And for Uganda, playing against a very physical Cameroonese squad, you have to capitalize on those opportunities, but that also gives you something to look forward to, especially in your next game coming up in this competition. You can always look at what went wrong, but you got to look at what could have gone better. And there's clearly room for improvement for Uganda because the team is not playing bad, far from it. They get good looks, they get good shots, they just got to convert. Mid-range special, too flat. Probably should have given up the ball a bit earlier. Seger is frustrated, communicating to the referee crew all about his frustration. The turnaround jumper, he couldn't find the angle on the glass, put a bit too much on it. Marvin Bijel shooting 1 for 5 now. Quite interesting is everybody for Cameroon has a plus-minus positive. Nobody's in the negative. Everybody contributes to a good dynamic created by those young boys, coached by Augustin Muele. Spin move, following his own mess. Little floater, not gonna work out, but once again, the inside presence and length of Cameroon is being felt. This time around, it's Jason Iswa with his first bucket of the game, 4th rebound for him, already 2 offensive boards though. This also translates into what you see scoring wise. Plus 14. It's a great transition. It's a great press breaker. But once again, missing. Coach is getting frustrated here. There's nothing, though, illegal that happened. I think it's just an overall frustration that he's showing for Coach Sega. Long arms. Nice rebound. Darius Lamar, Vegas Jr. with the go-go gadget arm. Again, those free throws, they pile up. Uganda shooting 4 for 9. That could be costly. Still a 14-point lead. There's a call. No need to argue. The call is made. The foul will provide another pair of free throws to Quizera. Shane Quizera hasn't had his best of days, but he might be the only one on the free throw line that's had some type of efficiency for Uganda. And it's the moment. That's what you call the commentator jinx. Anytime you give somebody some props, things go astray. They just don't go right. See, the moment I didn't say nothing positive, Shane knocked it down. So 3 for 4 from the free throw line. 8 for 14 overall. Uganda shooting 57%. Some quick three, but the time was running out anyway. You got to shoot it. That's the end of the clock. Can't lose sight. So it's 32 seconds left on the game clock. There is enough time for sure. Back to the free throw line.
What is wrong with you? Two shots. Those are 2 shots.
So you see there's a discussion about how many shots should be given to Quizera. The buzzer rang.
Hello. 2. The horn sounded during his motion.
So the buzzer sounded in the motion. You heard Coach Sega. It's hard to disagree with him on that one. They're not going to give.
No, hey, fix that. The horn sound. No, he said 1. Ah! No. Come on.
Coach is not going to be happy with that one. One of the referees apparently said 2. He went back to giving him 1. Started his shooting motion even though the buzzer rang. That's going to be a bit controversial. The refereeing crew is very patient with Coach Sega.
How are you so terrible? Are you kidding me? That would be a technical foul.
Coach is very upset with the scoring table because of a little mistake. Obviously, probably perturbed the shooting rhythm a little bit. Things like that happen rarely. There's a foul call on the offensive board once again. Uganda needs to box out. Free throw is missed for Nolan Gangmeni. And I didn't say anything this time around. He was shooting 4 for 4 from the free throw line. You see, it's not just my fault. Oh, let's keep having fun doing this. So, plus 13. Cameroon is not slowing down. Samuele is making sure that the boys keep the pressure up. no time to relax. 10 minutes is a long time in basketball. That is a little bit rushed on this long-range attempt right there from Shane Kuzera. Not the best shot clock management. Even though sometimes it may seem that you're being rushed, little seconds, 2 to 3 seconds in basketball, more than enough time to dribble once or twice, create more space. And Coach Michael Sager is not going to let that go. Not mad at him. He's gonna go fight for his kids. At the highest level in basketball, details make the difference, obviously. How many times do you see teams lose a game, free throw line, lose a game for one missed box out, one missed layup?
Last 10 minutes of the game, last quarter.
So, money time, fourth quarter on the way. Can Uganda come up with a huge comeback? Can they come up with a series of positive plays and defensive stops to make a run and put pressure? Make this Cameroon squad, which looks very serene since the beginning of this game. Shooting air balls is not going to help that project, particularly when you got a very dominant performance under control from Nolan Gangmeni. Heard me on the Bluetooth, couldn't connect with the long range, but yet another offensive board, giving an opportunity to bump the lead up to 15 for the biggest lead of the game. Conversion rate still remains low enough for Uganda to keep hoping. Good pass in the middle of the paint right there. He needed to shoot it. Had he set the dribble down, probably would have been called for 3 seconds, but he did not. Pierre-Laurent Willido with now 9 points. Keeps hopes alive for Uganda. Oh yeah. It's a block. The paint is on lockdown. Zera, good feed on the dive. Second effort for Uganda. Does not translate to a bucket. Get back up fast. Transition defense, good enough. Cameroon will attack that baseline. Good recovery. Transition opportunity for Uganda. Uzera, beep, beep, see you later, but he cannot find the angle on the glass. And now that translates to a 3-against-1. Cameroon does not capitalize on it. Probably should have passed the ball Holding on to the rock might not be the best idea.
It's time of Cameroon, 51 points for Cameroon, 40 for Uganda.
So timeout requested. It's still only 11 points. We've seen many more desperate situations being turned around. Basketball has this incredible history of comebacks. Hopeless situations, finding hope within the last moments of the game. Zone proposed by Cameroon out of the timeout. And obviously with the way Uganda has been shooting the ball, playing zone might be a good way of perturbing the rhythm, of making sure to maintain that cushion that's been built up throughout the course of the first 33 minutes in this game. The best way for you to beat out the zone defense is getting stops defensively on your end and then run the court. Run the court up. Don't allow for the defense to set up. That's one way. Target. That is a silly turnover. That translates to easy layup. Luther Mabula with 11 now, even though he's shooting poorly. He's the third player in double digits for Cameroon. Zone defense. Actually, no, it's not a zone. It showed up zone, but it was just a saggy offensive man-to-man. Saggy offensive man-to-man defense, man-to-man coverage. First intention, three. Oh, could we see the comeback Uganda has been desperately waiting for? Shama Kuzera with 10 points, shooting 50%, the turnover, 3 against 2. They do not convert, offensive board. They convert this time around, down 8 Uganda. I have warned you, Pierre Laurent Wuiriro with 11, shooting 4 for 11. Can Cameroon maintain composure? Another turnover. And luckily the ball could have been given right back. And there's one thing you do not teach, it's length and athleticism. Sure enough, Cameroon prevents things from getting worse, much worse. You multiply turnovers like that, you give life to a Uganda bench. It was quite quiet in the past few minutes, and now hope is looming around the corner. Cameroon is going to have to take a timeout to try to figure things out. Uganda still in this thing. So the ball earned back through good defense and aggressiveness for Uganda. Can the timeout help Cameroon out? And turning the ball over like that clearly is not the best of ideas, but if you give the ball right back up, that's going to frustrate your coach. Obviously, mid-range special at the elbow. Bit too long. Cameroon playing some scary games right now. The offensive board, long segments, long arms. Bayeru Aliyu with now 4 points. He shot 2 for 7 in the game. Overall, it's a poor outside shooting performance for both teams. Cameroon shooting 22 for 69, 4 for 22 from long range, and 7 for 13 from the free throw. It's not much better. It's actually much worse for Uganda. 16 for 70, less than 23%. 4 for 24 from long range, 9 for 16 from the free throw. 16 turnovers for Cameroon, 14 for Uganda. Stepping out of bounds. You always have to stay aware of the spacing when you catch in the corners. It's a very treacherous landscape in which you have to operate when you get into these areas of the court. Because you got the baseline that acts like a defender and the sideline. You have less room to operate. Oh yeah, heating up at the best of times. Kwizera with now 4 points. He was shooting, actually 7 points. He was shooting 0 for 14 before that. 1 for 15. It's almost as horrible as he can get, and it does not matter. If you can make the most important shots of the game, everything is forgiven. And the turnover forced. Uganda, with less than 3 minutes, has not been that close for an eternity. We have to go back to the first quarter to see Uganda being in contact with Cameroon. Great pass. You gotta finish what you start down low. You cannot spoil dessert that way. Muriro. That's a 4 points differential right there. The missed layup on one side, the open dunk on the break on the other. Back to 9 points. Great feed. And Pierre Laurent in the paint. not doing a good enough job right now. Late in the stretch, you cannot give away too many of those opportunities. Cameroon is not going to look back eventually. The foul. One thing that goes in Uganda's favor is the turnovers. Cameroon multiplies the giveaways, and it just gives enough hope. But does Uganda have enough outside shooting firepower or belief to make this one of the craziest comebacks in recent memory? Each details matter. That's going to be a foul with less than a minute to go. Cameroon, with a 7 points lead, still has control, but not as much as it could or should have at this stage in the game. The multiplication of errors and turnovers clearly put Cameroon in a much tougher spot than he needed to be for what was, up to that point, a very controlled and not quite difficult game for Cameroon. 21 turnovers, but 61 rebounds with 19 offensive boards. Feed inside. Another clean look for yet another miss, unfortunately, for Pierre-Laurent Iriro. Iriro shooting 4 for 16 with an ugly 4 for 15 inside the paint. That is quite unfortunate, but the kid has great upside, and I am completely certain of a bounce-back game from Pierre-Laurent in the next rounds, the next pool games. Uganda can have a lot of regrets in this game, and Cameroon, at the end of the day, is well on its way to earn its first win in the competition. Cameroon has never won the U16 AfroBasket. Neither did Uganda. This level of competition historically in Africa, you have to think of federations such as Egypt or Mali, Guinea, the latest U16 AfroBasket champion. Cookies. Lone layup in the break. The last hopes just disappeared. Kuzera frustrated with the miss, but I like the way he's getting picked up by his own teammate right there, Lucas Swanyonjo. Doing a great job staying within the moment and also making sure that his teammate doesn't drop his head down. It's only the start of the competition, and you also have to think Uganda closing up the gap late in the game also does a good job in perspective of potential ties later on in the group. Each bucket matters. Ball earned back, Coach Sega right away calls for timeout. There's one thing that obviously will be discussed for Coach Augustin Muele and his staff, Oscar Okulinsai and Ahmed Gibaba Adjang. The silly turnovers late in the stretch, giving Uganda life, giving Uganda opportunity to close up the gap and keep hoping. AfroBasket is a long competition. You have a lot of games to get to the title game. Cameroon with 23 turnovers. Usually a team turning the ball over so much faces trouble, particularly knowing that Uganda only turned the ball over 15 times in comparison, which is almost 10 less turnovers. But if you dominate the offensive board and have a better shooting percentage, controlling the rock and not turning it over is not enough. You need more. And Uganda shot 18 for 80 in this game. Less than 23%. It's way too low to hope for anything better than a short loss. ball up. Simply going to hold on to the rock. Cameroon wins 57-50. Looking forward to see both teams compete later on in this event. Want to see the bounce back game. Team Uganda. Want to see if a very physical Cameroon squad will clean up the turnovers to try to make a run in this competition. We're going to find out. It's only day one, people. It's only day one. So, Angelo Tsagarakis signing out. I shall see you tomorrow. This time around, we'll have some women's action with Guinea and Ivory Coast. Don't go too far because we have some more games going on today. Matter of fact, we got Rwanda going against Angola in Group A, men's bracket. It's 7 o'clock. UTC +2 time. 5 o'clock local time. I'm gonna leave you with some highlights. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.